Hello, everyone. Welcome to THH StarCraft. This is Vast with Cast and Tillium. We're here to do another game of the tournament. On the left-hand side, the red Zerg is Vast, and on the right-hand side, the green Terran is Daryl. So this is on Lost Temple once again, and this is the first of our best 2 of 3.
Yeah, and this is the second round. So Fast did advance, and we moved, like we said in an earlier video, we moved Daryl into the second round because the person that actually beat Daryl in the first round wasn't able to compete during the week when we were going to do the tournament.
So it looks like Daryl looking really quickly here. He's doing some really early scouting, making sure that I'm not going to do some cheesy 6 pool or something, which I had considered, but no, I wasn't. So yeah, he's found me right away. He knows where I am, and my drone is still gonna have to search, but my overlord's gonna pick him up pretty quick here.
So what do you think he's looking out for? Because this was the second set of games you guys have played, right? In the first aborted tournament. So do you think he saw anything in the first game that he wants to watch out for this time, or?
The first part of the tournament, Daryl definitely kicked my ass. He countered. I went single units. I went Zerglings and Speedlings, and then, I didn't really get a chance to transition out of that. And I also fast expanded, which I didn't do on this game. And he kind of, he knew that if I'm going to fast expand, that I'm going to be weak early on, and so he had factories and Hellions, and it was just all bad news for me. And I lost, very, decisively. So
and I'd just like to mention at the 2-minute mark, he's already been hiding his camouflaged green SCV in that little corner.
Right.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
From what I remember, he'll be there for most of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that SCV coming out, and he had it there to check on the expansion. He wanted to just, and you saw him kind of just peek over, make sure I hadn't fast expanded, or make sure what I was doing, and then you can kind of see my overlord at the bottom here. He's just I'm trying to run him on the spine of that cliff there, and force that one single Marine to either come up or go down, and he just doesn't have enough hit points, and
you were shouting into vent by this point.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, no, Overlord, no, and I shouldn't have sent him to the left. I just should have, I maybe could have done it. Like, this is on this map. This is where you want to send the Overlord. It's just up top, and he nearly made it, but he didn't.
So close.
Yeah, and I think Daryl, if he really wanted to kill it, he just could have scanned up top and brought some units and taken it out. So, but back at my base, I've got some Lings out. I'm gassing. Daryl still has that SUV up in the top corner there, where he's looking for stuff. And it looks like he's bunkered in. He's got a tech lab going, so he isn't researching anything, but he's grabbing some Reapers. He may come in for some Reaper harass, possibly. But kind of one of the clean things about this game is I went straight in. I had my 6 Lings, and I'm coming across the map right now to put some pressure on and hopefully keep him in his base.
That's a pretty brave SCV there. Just ran around all your Zerglings, peeking your main base.
This is true. So I'm pretty sure if you switch to Daryl's view, you should be able to tell if he saw the Roach Warren. So he hasn't seen it yet, so he doesn't know the Roach Warren's coming. So Zerglings go in, they're going to take a look. And they do get through. So yeah, he left a hole there, and I don't know what they're doing. One of them goes down. One of the other ones nearly goes down. And so I've got him in the base, just trying to kill maybe one SUV. No, trying to scout. Yes. Okay, double gas. Factory coming up, and that's it. So I've seen the Reaper, although I don't think that I even thought about it. I didn't even I've got Overlords surrounding the base now. You can see 3 of them on 3 points there to kind of give me some early warning if the Reapers do come. And honestly, once you got the Queen up, the Reapers are not as much of an issue unless he brings like 3 or 4 of them. So, which is uncommon, I would say. So Roach is coming out, and rather than use Banelings to bust open this front door, I'm going to try and do it with Roaches. And looks like Daryl is elected to go for siege tanks. He's researching siege mode now. Looks like he's a little bit behind on either on gas or minerals to get those siege tanks out. Got another supply depot, 1 Marine in the bunker, and no other research done on the tech lab. So I did spot those Reapers, and then trying to pick them off here, got one of them, and one of them gets away, but 5 Roaches coming to his front door, not good with his current unit comp. He's going for tanks. He's trying to get tanks out quick. because man, once you do, though, they just tear Zerg apart. So this was before the nerf of siege tank damage, but yeah. So Roach is pulling them up to the front, and now we just gotta burn down that that bunker, and then they should be good. All the Roaches being able to attack there, even some Zerglings getting into it, and then he's got an SCV trying to repair, but just too much damage. Once that breaks down, then you know, the Reapers aren't going to do anything to those Roaches. So I've just got to micro those Roaches in quickly and take out that tank. Those tanks are going to do so much damage to the Roaches. They're you know, 15, 25, so it's so much to armored units. That's exactly the unit he wants. He just needs more of them. And he's got SUVs repairing it, and he's this Roach is definitely going to fall, so I'm trying to back him out. He's got Marauders coming. He just, you know, he just needs more minerals, more gas, needs to build up that army.
Yeah, he would have been able to. He might have fared a lot better if he would have actually been able to build up more. Because it looks like right at this stage, you were able to overpower and take over. You know, get into his base and kill what he had, except for this tank. That
exactly.
Did some pretty solid damage to him.
He does have siege tank. He has siege mode now, so he sieged that tank up. He's got one Marauder. He's going for Starport. Could be going for, you know, depending, Banshees or possibly, yeah. So with this arm, he hasn't gone too many Marines or Marauders, so probably not Medivacs, but maybe Vikings but most likely Banshees. So he's kind of like teching in, or what he's So what he's doing is he's walling in. He's getting his siege tanks so that I can't break in, and then he's going to go for Banshees and come across and just use Banshees to harass. So, yeah, he put the reactor down, and then he changed his mind, it looked like. Canceled the reactor. So, back in Vasto land, we've got Lair came through there, so now I've got access to Tier 2. I go straight for the Nidus, and I'm looking to... My overlords are getting closer to his island there, looking for a spot to poke their heads in and then drop a Nidus down.
Yep, and you have a Baneling Nest going up as well.
Yeah, and I think I really shouldn't have done that. I thought about it, but you know, I did this at one point in our last two games where I brought in a bunch of Banelings and killed a bunch of his workers, but honestly, at this point in the game, he was able to recover just with mules, and it didn't, you know, I regret it now. Like, I should have gone straight for the lair, saved the gas, and just pumped out Roaches. Because... you know, that's what I needed to do to get into his base. You need some tough units to, you know, once you get in there with the Nidus, you need to protect the Nidus and then just, you know, use more. So it looks like he does have, so he's going for a medevac drop. So we've got a siege tank and a couple SCVs to protect it. He's got the medevac, so he's trying to come across. However, now he knows, something, Nidus is up, Zerglings are coming in. So I'm totally bypassing the siege tanks that are sieged in, and I'm, you know, just going straight for his base. And
you actually missed my favorite part of the fight, where you're at the north end. You were screaming about your overlords and trying to run them away from those missile turrets to lower morale.
That's true. That's so true. So he's got siege tanks in here. All I need to do, and I didn't do it, you know, obviously I didn't know how many there were, but you just got to get the Zerglings next to the siege tanks when they're in siege mode, and they can't do anything. They have to... They have a minimum range that they are affected by, and kind of once you're there, then it's, you know, you're fine. So, and obviously he doesn't know how many I have, and he's got to get over here, and I'm pulling in more Zerglings, and it's, you know, it's going to be tough now. Spend a lot of time not mining at this point, and with the reinforcement, it's, you know, it's not a lot he can do.
Yeah, he really would have had to have taken out that Nidus to have any sort of chance of coming back from this.
Yeah, I think he did suggest to himself that he needed to surround his tanks with his SCVs, but he didn't manage to do that.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's a very high level of gameplay. That's really good that he thought about that.
And there, looks like that's GG.
Yep.